Britain's chief negotiator, David Frost, has warned the European Union it must drop its ideological approach in 2 weeks' time, or a no-deal Brexit is more likely to happen. The comments from David Frost came as both sides clashed with the negotiations on security, trade and fisheries, with almost no sign of the European Union and UK coming to a common ground. Frost said there had been very little progress in the latest discussions between the two sides, adding that he found it hard to understand why the European Union insists on an ideological approach which makes it more difficult to reach a mutually beneficial agreement. A UK source described the talks as difficult at times, with just 6 weeks to go before a legally binding deadline by which a decision must be made on extending the transition period beyond 2020. In his statement at the end of the virtual negotiations, Frost said, "We very much need a change in EU approach for the next round beginning on the 1st of June. Frost further went on to say, "In order to facilitate those discussions, we intend to make public all the UK draft legal texts during next week so that the European Union member states and interested observers can see our approach in detail. The UK will continue to work hard to find an agreement for as long as there is a constructive process in being and continues to believe that this is possible." The government will not accept common so-called level playing conditions on environmental, social and labour standards. Barnier then went on to accuse the UK of attempting to cherry-pick parts of the EU single market, rejecting the idea that the UK government is seeking a typical free trade agreement. "Every time we meet they say they would be happy to have a Canada-style agreement, but at the same time they ask for far more from us than is available under the Canadian model," Barnier said, citing the UK's desire for virtually full freedom of movement for short visits, maintenance of existing arrangements on electricity interconnection, as well as broad and widespread recognition of professional qualifications to enable British lawyers, accountants and auditors to work in the EU. "We are not going to bargain away our European values to the benefit of the British economy," Barnier said. "Economic and trading fair play is not for sale. It is not a nice to have, it is a must have." While the EU wants to maintain the status quo, the UK wants a big increase in its fishing catches from British waters. "We should be able to move away from these two respective very maximalist positions in order to work on all sorts of parameters between these two maximalist positions," Barnier said, adding that the discussion was perhaps the only positive outcome from this week. To break the deal tensions, many people are expecting the high-level summit between Boris Johnson and the Commission President, Ursula von der Leyen, to help with the negotiations.